Hi, here's another quick exploration of Elfa's online storage design tool. As with the previous video, the first thing I'm going to do is check that I am in the UK site. If you're not in the UK site, it's not going to give you pound sterling pricing, and it is going to be very difficult to move forward and have your account set up properly. So clicked on the flag icon. This is what the international site looks like, and you're going to start to see this world symbol up in the top right, and I'm going to click on that to go back and select the market. You'll often find that it starts in the Swedish site, so you're obviously seeing Swedish here, and we're going to go to the Swedish flag down the bottom here. Jumping around a bit, I just want to make sure that you can find your way to the UK site with UK pricing. So, United Kingdom. Let's go to Planning Help, which is we're on the navigation burger top left, and we're going to go to 3D Planning Tool, and we're scrolling down. We've got these various 4 groups of product. Almost everything is in Classic. Décor is the highly finished. Sparring is the oldest form of twin slot shelving, and then we've got Garage Plus, which is a relatively new range. We're going to stick with the Classic by Elfa, and we're going to go to the Start Planning button. Okay, so these are some old things that I was playing around with. I don't need those, and there we find ourselves in a blank room. Let's change the dimensions of that blank room. I'm going to go quite fast now because I've covered a lot of this in previous videos, but you can drag these wall dimensions around and you can type and change them here. I'm happy with that, and again over in the top left I'm going to go to Systems. There are 4 or 5 clearly sort of differentiated systems. We've already discussed the wall hanging, which is one of the basic systems, and let's do freestanding. So I'm going to drag a basic unit of freestanding into the room, and at the moment this is 605mm by 1.1 meters, fairly short. So I've rarely used that height of vertical. The freestanding product, the verticals are a slightly different composition. They're much thicker than the wall hung versions, so don't think you can combine those two systems. It won't work. So what I was looking for is there's a height. Yes, here we are. No, we're not. Yes. So I've clicked on that first assembly that I dumped in, and then over on the left I can see a way of selecting height. So there's a 1.1 meter and a 2.2 meter. I'm going to change that to the 2.2 meter. Okay, and let's just get out of that design mode, and we're looking at our design again. I'm using the mouse wheel there to scroll in and out, as well as the right scroll bar. So I want to change this and add on to it, so I'm going to click on that again. Now I want to extend across this wall. If you're using freestanding, you are limited to the standard 605mm bay size. You can't go outside of that bay size, so the freestanding product is much more limited than the wall mounted, which I'd only use it if I absolutely have to. If, for example, I'm in a basement where it's tanked and you can't drill the walls. Hitting this plus symbol, it gives me the option to add another whole bay on. So that's 600, that's 1.2 meters. Another bay is 1.8 meters. Another bay is 2.4 meters. And one more is going to take us to a 3 meter expanse of storage. I'm going to click outside the room, and there we have our basic skeletal structure. What should we add to this? Well, we can add pretty much anything within the Classic range. So let's say I want to add a shelf basket. Absolutely love this product, it's one of my favourites. It's a shelf with a 100mm upstand. that you can add lots and lots of divisions. Let's see if we can find those divisions now. I get really nerdy about this product, I love it. So this division can be used as an end cap or as divisions within the shelf. So if you were, let's say this is a nursery, it doesn't look like a nursery assembly, but let's say it was, and we had lots of small baby grows, nappies, cotton wool, all sorts of things like that. I'm so ready to be a grandparent. That's ideal for that sort of thing. And then shelves, plain flat shelves, anything in the standard classic range is going to fit in to these freestanding products. So I'm just going to throw in a few more shelves there, and let's do something different with the next bay. Let's go to hanging icons, and we're going to add a shelf with a rail underneath it. Now Elfa do make a product that just allows you to put a rail in without the shelf. You can find it in the Sparring range. It's something I use a lot, but you won't find it in this range. So there is still work to do on this design tool, but it's getting better and better with every year. Basket shelf with rail for your grandchildren. And can we just put a rail in? I don't think we can, no. What else have we got here? What is that? That's a click-in shelf. Okay, so that's quite an interesting product. That's a melamine shelf that clicks into its side brackets. Don't use a lot of those, use some of them. Now here is an interesting solution. That is a pair of brackets with just a rail slung between them. There are other ways of doing that. That's not a product I've used a lot. And let's put a trouser hanger in just because we can. I don't sell a lot of those. It's a fairly, you can get 10 pairs of trousers in 600mm there. It's not a particularly efficient way of hanging clothes in my humble opinion. Oh, this is a nice one. That is a laundry rail, fantastic for drying clothes. And what's it telling us about this? The shelf will not be foldable, make sure there is space underneath it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so that's a nice assembly of freestanding Elfa. I don't think we need to dwell on that. Let's look at the price. Gives the price in euros first of all, but if we hit proceed, because I made an effort to get into the UK site and I've logged on in my own account, let's just say freestanding test. If we scroll down here, we're going to start to see pound sterling pricing. Very nice. Now, that is relatively expensive for an Elfa assembly, but let's see where that cost is coming in, because it's going to be in, the laundry drying shelf, £44, the gliding trouser rack, £65. I've dumped in some quite expensive components there. 6 wire shelves, yeah, they're £17 each. That's great value. But the basic freestanding equipment, the stabilisation kit, the freestanding upright and the foot, that is 130, 330, 460. Yeah, you've got over £700 worth of equipment just in the basic skeleton there. So if you were doing that as wall mounted equipment, you'd be up to about £200 there. But because it's floor mounted, it's more expensive equipment. The floor standing system is to be avoided if you're on a budget. Okay, let's go back to, we're going to, first of all, that list, we're happy with it. Do we want to make any changes? Open solution in planning tool. That means we're going back to the design. And we've got to we can ignore these warnings. I'm not too concerned about those. Do we want to make any changes? Yes or no? I'm going to say no for the moment. In fact, no, just delete. Let's delete a couple of those pricey things, just because we can. I can show you the difference in price there. We're going back to the parts list and price, and let's see, the price will have dropped quite considerably. And now the important bit, we're going to send the solution. We're going to send the solution to, guess who? John Wild at Organise Space. JON at organisespace.com. Send. Now, if you wanted to do this another way, first of all, you've got your design saved on the system, but if you wanted a PDF copy of the parts list and price, that's where you can do it. Hit print, go to save as PDF, and that's probably going to save that to, yeah, I'm going to save that to my desktop. And that is it. Another lesson done and dusted. Elfa's a fantastic system. The parts are guaranteed for 10 years. It's beautifully made, beautifully finished, high quality, mild steel. I have customers coming back to me after 20 years asking for additional equipment for their Elfa system. It is completely bulletproof and great value for money. Thanks for listening.